The history of the origin of the Belgian Shepherd. There are 4 varieties of Belgian Shepherd dogs, which differ from each other, first of all, in color and coat length. Groenendael, Malinois, Lequinois, Tervuren. The controversy over the 4 varieties of Belgians did not subside for a long time. Some breeders claimed that these are different, absolutely independent breeds of dogs, but the Federation of Cynologists held the opposite point of view. Interesting fact, the breed is quite young and has existed for about 100 years, but the first mentions of dogs helping Belgian Shepherds were found in written sources of the 17th century. In those distant times, this breed of dogs was not considered prestigious. There were no people who would purposefully engage in its breeding. The exterior of the animal was not important, since the peasants valued only its protective characteristics. For this reason, by the end of the 18th century, the Belgians were already distinguished by a rich palette of colors. The first Belgian Shepherd standard was introduced in 1892. For 20 years, breeding was carried out, as a result of which several varieties of the Belgians were identified. The application for approval of the breed was rejected several times, and only in 1901 the Belgian Shepherd dog was officially registered. Dogs began to be actively involved in the patrol service, catching smugglers. During the war, the Shepherd dogs were on guard duty, helped to evacuate the wounded, and delivered mail. It was during the war years that people appreciated the Belgian Shepherd dogs, their courage, strength and loyalty. It is worth answering that not all varieties of Belgians are equally popular. Perhaps the most recognizable and recognized are Malinois and Groenendael. Belgian Shepherd, breed description. Belgians are large breeds. Despite their impressive size, they look quite elegant. The height of males at the withers is 61 to 67 centimeters, and females grow to a maximum of 55 to 60 centimeters. The weight of Shepherd dogs is in the range of 20 to 32 kilograms. The large body of the dog looks harmoniously folded, not heavy. The rib cage is of moderate width, but quite voluminous. The pronounced withers merge smoothly into a straight line at the back. The belly is tucked up, the muscles are relief. The head looks somewhat dry, set high, the forehead is flattened. The cheekbones and eyebrows have developed muscles. The animal's muzzle gradually tapers towards the end and is slightly longer than the skull. The nose is colored black and the thin lips are always pressed against the jaw. The ears are triangular with pointed tips, set high. The eyes are almond-shaped. The eyelids have a black border. The standard provides for a scissor or straight bite. The absence of the first premolars is not recognized as a defect. The tail of the Belgians is of medium length with a wide base. During movement, it rises, but does not bend. Strong limbs are characterized by strong bones and well-developed muscles. The presence of dewclaws is discouraged. Paws are almost perfectly oval in shape, have fleshy pads. The most common deviations from the breed standard are impaired pigmentation of the nose, eyelids, lips, too aggressive behavior, weak joints, light iris of the eyes, malocclusion, the tail is hooked or completely absent, straight shoulders, hanging ears. Popular colors of Belgian Shepherd dogs. Popular colors of Belgian Shepherd dogs. All Belgians have a dense and thick coat. Depending on the category of the breed, it has its own characteristic features. The Groenendael has smooth and long hair with a thick undercoat. The coat of the Malinois is tough to the touch with wool and is always as if tousled, which is often tousled. On the muzzle and limbs the hair is shorter. The Malinois is characterized by a short coat length. Feathering on the hips and tail, collar on the neck is allowed. Tervuren is very similar to the Groenendael, but the hair is much shorter around the head and lower legs. On the face of the animal there is a small beard, mustache, bushy eyebrows. The color of the Belgian directly depends on the category. All Groenendaels have a rich black coat without gloss. White markings on chest or toes are allowed. Lequinois are characterized by a reddish color with possible splashes of white. A darker shade is allowed on the tail and muzzle. Malinois have a reddish coal color and the muzzle is decorated with a black mask. Tervuren's coloration is similar to Malinois, but the chest and toes sometimes have white elements. Fun fact, for all Belgians, only black males are allowed. The iris of the eyes is only brown, dark brown or black. The darker the shade, the better. The mucous membrane of the lips of the animal should not have pink areas, the nose should be only black. It is the disturbed pigmentation of the lips, nose, and eyelids that is the most frequent deviation from the current breed standard. Due to the difference in color in some countries, 4 categories of Belgians are still mistaken for different breeds of dogs. The nature and habits of the Belgian Shepherd. All categories of Belgian Shepherd dogs have their own characteristics in behavior and character, which can be found in close communication. Groenendael are excellent watchmen. They are very attentive. Animals completely lack a sense of fear in relation to strangers. The violator of the boundaries of the territory entrusted to her, the dog meets with a loud bark. Groenendaels get used to strangers for a very long time. These animals are very mobile, they need to make daily long runs. They take care of their household members, strive to protect them. Malinois are calmer. They love not only to play, but also just to lie at the feet of the owner with a detached look. Malinois do an excellent job of guard duties, capable of a violent attack in the event of an attack on family members. The dog gets along well with any pets, but only if they grew up with him under the same roof. Malinois needs a regular burst of energy, otherwise it can start bullying. If there is sufficient physical activity, the pet is very obedient, balanced. Malinois does not like loneliness, he needs to constantly accompany his master, communicate with household members. This dog has the most flexible temperament among the Belgians. Tervuren is distinguished by his very impulsive temperament. These animals quickly react to any provocation from the outside. The dog is attached to only one member of the family, choosing as its owner. Belgian Shepherds have a number of similar traits. Dogs can make decisions on their own. Animals are especially sensitive to the mood of the owner. Perfectly adapt to any conditions, strive to dominate other pets. The Belgian is an excellent watchman, companion and just a reliable friend. Interesting facts about Belgian Shepherd dogs. For many years of existence, these shepherd dogs were not appreciated and they were used only for guarding flocks of sheep. Only at the beginning of the 19th century did the Belgians come out of their shadows and people saw in them very smart, loyal companions and defenders. Interesting Belgians facts. The Belgian Shepherd tops the list of dog breeds with the best guarding characteristics. These animals need very active daily walks. Sheepdog is suitable for families with children, but she is unlikely to play with them. This is a serious animal, and it does not spend its energy on silly children's games. Belgians need early socialization and proper upbringing, otherwise a naughty and aggressive animal will grow out of a puppy. The Belgian Shepherd dog as a pet is suitable for a person with a strong character. Dogs have a high level of intelligence. This animal is not suitable for novice dog breeders, as it will try to dominate the person. During the First World War, the Belgian Shepherd was practically extinct. On the battlefields, dogs died in huge numbers. During the restoration of the population, there were no strict requirements for coat color, and that is why at the moment there are 4 categories of Belgians at once. Among all 4 Belgian varieties, the Malinois is the most working dog. She has an exceptional sense of smell, is considered an excellent jumper, able to overcome barriers over 3 meters. Belgians lend themselves well to training, but are included in the list of highly specialized. These dogs as a pet are not suitable for every person, since experience as a dog handler or in certain services is required. Pros and cons of Belgian Shepherd dogs. As mentioned earlier, these animals need regular long walks, serious physical activity. This feature can be attributed to the disadvantages of the breed, since in the conditions of living in the city, with a large daily workload of the owner, it will be quite difficult to find time for this. Otherwise, without proper physical activity, the pet will begin to throw out its energy in an accessible way, that is, bully. Loneliness, long separation from the owner of the Belgians is also bad. The disadvantages include complex hair care. The need for early socialization and training. Despite the fact that these animals are quite friendly and gentle with children, they are not suitable as a nanny. You cannot leave them alone with young children. The same goes for other pets. The Belgians will dominate over dogs and cats, but they can even hunt smaller pets, such as rodents or birds, if the owner is not around. In order for a Belgian to consider a person or other animal as his own, and not as strangers, he must know them from early childhood and grow up with them under the same roof. Of the advantages of the breed, the following qualities should be noted: incredible endurance even with prolonged physical activity, devotion to his master, whom he always chooses on his own, preferring a balanced person with a strong character, high level of intelligence and the ability to make independent decisions, perfectly adapt to any conditions. Dogs are unpretentious. Breeding Belgian Shepherd dogs. The Belgians feel great living in an ordinary apartment, but with the obligatory daily long walks. Belgian Shepherd puppies are very inquisitive and active, so you should protect them from potential dangers, as well as remove things that the puppy can spoil during the game. In some cases, when the animal is kept in an apartment, it is advisable to purchase a special cage. The animal should be accustomed to the cage from early childhood. It should be spacious with an equipped place for rest. Fun fact, both toddlers and adult dogs simply need a wide variety of toys that they will try on the tooth. These restless creatures can in a short time completely destroy the apartment, gnaw on furniture and other objects, if they are not occupied in time with some kind of toy. In addition to perfect obedience, the Belgian Shepherd must be socialized on time. At a very young age, you need to take your pet with you on trips, carry it in a car or any public transport, introduce it to other people and animals. Must be able to adapt and interact with the environment so that each new situation does not cause an aggressive reaction in him. The life expectancy of the Belgians is about 11 to 13 years, and they retain their acquired abilities until the last days of life, remain active and inquisitive. If many German Shepherds or other service dog breeds finish their work in special bodies by the age of 6 to 8, then the Belgian Shepherds continue to work almost until the end of their lives. Care of Belgian Shepherd dogs. Proper care of the Belgians means, first of all, careful care of the coat, which is quite long and thick. Regular combing and brushing is required. First, use a brush with sparse teeth, and only then a special comb for combing out. Manipulations are repeated twice a week, and even more often in the presence of tangles. In spring and summer, it is necessary to treat wool from ticks. After each walk, examine the surface of the body for the presence of parasites. The Belgians do not need frequent washing. One bathing every 3 to 5 months is quite enough. In this case, only special cleansers are used, since the skin of the animal can be damaged from ordinary shampoos. The thick undercoat should be washed thoroughly, as a large amount of dust, dirt, and parasites can accumulate in it. Belgians are susceptible to a number of skin diseases, the development of which can be easily avoided only with the correct care of the coat. Particular attention should be paid to the condition of the claws. You need to cut them as needed, carefully monitor so that they do not break off, and do not exfoliate. In addition, a daily examination of the eyes and ears is necessary. As they become dirty, they are carefully cleaned, and in case of inflammation or profuse discharge, they seek advice from a veterinary clinic. An important fact, puppies should be taught to care for their teeth almost immediately. To cleanse food plaque, you can use bones, cartilage, special sticks, or brush the animal's teeth with a brush and paste. Diet of Belgian Shepherd dogs. Since the Belgians are highly active, it is necessary to take a very serious approach to their diet in order to maintain good health of animals, to preserve it for many years. The use of dry food and natural food is acceptable. There are 2 feeding options, dry food and natural. In the first case, the food is selected taking into account the size of the animal and the level of its activity. It is necessary to give preference to trusted manufacturers that produce food for large breeds of dogs. You should not save on feed, since with improper nutrition, animals quickly develop various dangerous pathologies that significantly shorten their life. If the choice fell on natural food, then you should adhere to the following rules. The basis of the diet should be lean meat and offal. A variety of cereals must be present, including buckwheat and rice. It is necessary to regularly give the dog vegetables, dairy products, such as cottage cheese. Any sweets, pastries, spicy and salty foods are excluded. If the pet is on a natural diet, then vitamins and elements from the usual diet will not be enough. Vitamins and minerals and other supplements useful for joints should be given on a regular basis. Many people mistakenly believe that natural food will be cheaper than dry food. The costs for fresh meat, cottage cheese and other products can be quite impressive. In addition, you will have to spend time preparing food. Belgians feel great on dry food, develop well and have good health, so it is better to give preference to high-quality dry food for large breeds of dogs, especially if you are limited in time. Diseases and health problems. Belgian Shepherds can boast of good health and remain zest for life until the very last days. To maintain health, timely vaccination of the pet should be carried out and regular examinations by specialists. This breed does not have any specific diseases or pathologies. However, the following conditions sometimes occur. Abdominal cramps, bloating, volvulus, disorders in the functioning of the thyroid gland, dysplasia of the joints, cataract. Belgian Shepherd dogs should not be overfed, as in the absence of the required level of physical activity, dogs quickly gain weight. With improper nutrition, a stomach ulcer can develop and allergies can occur. An important fact, Belgian Shepherd dogs should not be overfed, as in the absence of the required level of physical activity, dogs quickly gain weight. With improper nutrition, a stomach ulcer can develop and allergies can occur. Puppies are given special food for 2 to 3 months. With natural nutrition, this is lightly cooked lean meat in small pieces. It should be taught to various cereals, best of all to buckwheat, rice. It is necessary to introduce low-fat cottage cheese and kefir, stewed or baked vegetables into the menu. Babies are fed 4 to 5 times a day. The use of ready-made feeds and natural products is allowed, but they cannot be given at the same time. Drinking plenty of fluids is important. After 4 months, the number of feedings is reduced to 3 or 4 per day. During this period, vitamin supplements with calcium should be added as the tooth replacement process begins. In the summer, all Belgian Shepherd dogs willingly eat fruit, and in the spring they can add dandelion, parsley and nettle greens to the menu. Fish can replace meat, but its volume is increased by 2 to 3 times compared to meat. Belgian Shepherd. Price and how to buy correctly. An inexperienced dog breeder is not recommended to get a Belgian Shepherd dog, but even if you have enough experience, then you should not rush into it. It will be useful to pre-visit various exhibitions with these animals, learn as much as possible about the features of their maintenance from professional breeders. If the decision has been made, then it is important to find a good cattery with a proven reputation. You should carefully study the pedigree of the kids, evaluate the working qualities and character of his parents. The best age for puppies to wean is 50 to 60 days. From this age, it is already possible and necessary to acquaint them with the world around them, to conduct training, socialization. A healthy Belgian puppy should be well fed, active, with an even coat. He is always curious and not afraid of strangers, but not aggressive. There should be no discharge from the eyes, ears of the baby. Everyone has their own card and a full package of additional documents, all necessary vaccinations must be made. Prices depend not only on the type of shepherd, but also on its class. Grenendel will cost $400, Malinois $500, and prices for Tervuren start at $700. Malinois puppies are the least common, and their prices are very high. Factors such as the region, where the nursery is located, its level and prestige can also affect the price. As you can see, high-class Belgians with excellent working qualities are quite expensive. The Belgian Shepherd is a very intelligent animal with a unique character, which chooses its own owner. With the right approach to her upbringing, you can raise a devoted friend and companion, but this will require certain knowledge and skills. If you do not have sufficient experience in training service dogs, then it is better to choose another breed.